Bacon. When someone mentions bacon, what could you ever think of? Mostly, I would know the best at the high cost in Malaysia. But if you look at the people in United States, you could see them having bacon in almost every single meal they have in a day, be it burgers, salad, pasta, or even pancakes for breakfast. But have they ever considered what are the disadvantages when they consume too much bacon? Assalamualaikum and a very good day I bid to everyone. My name is Lovenia Amira Binti Amiruddin Adlan, matrix number 200394.
And my name is Sabrina Binti Bakar with matric number 200642.
And today we'll be presenting to you the truth about bacon. The information that we'll be providing today are based on total research we've done through the internet. And we've read articles after articles, and we hope to enlighten you with our presentation. In today's presentation, we'll be dividing it into 3 parts. Firstly, I will brief you a little bit about bacon's history. Secondly, we'll both be presenting to you about the disadvantages when consuming much bacon, which are increase of health risks and exposure to trichinosis. And lastly, the conclusion, which will be presented by my fellow partner. Bacon's history dates back thousands of years to 1500 before Christ. The Chinese cured pork bellies using salt, creating an early form of bacon. Pork curing methods spread throughout the Roman Empire, but now you could find bacon anywhere in the world with many ways of eating it. Though delicious, here is why you should never consume too much bacon. Firstly, consuming too much of this cured piece of meat will increase your health risk. Bacon contains a huge amount of salt, and salt-sensitive people can develop a raise in their blood pressure. Furthermore, bacon also contains fat, and with fat, it could increase your bad cholesterol levels. Did you know that 68% of bacon calories are fat? So, with increment of your blood pressure or even your bad cholesterol levels, it will lead to diseases such as stomach cancer or even a heart attack. Moving on to the next point.
So thank you, Lovenia. So allow me to move on to the next point. So one of the downside of consuming bacon is that consumers are exposed to trichinosis. Trichinosis, or also known as trichinosis, is a parasitic disease caused by roundworms of the Trichinella type. Now, firstly, pork contains the larva of the Trichinella worm. When the worm that lives in the pig's stomach opens through the stomach acid, the larvae are released into the body of the pig. And then when this happens, this worm make their home in the muscle of the pig. So we might be wondering what happened to consumers when they eat the pig, when they eat the pork. So this larva, the larva that you have swallowed, will then penetrate into your small intestines and then will eventually grow into adults and reproduce inside your body, where they will mate and they will make your body their new home. So you will be the new host for the Trichinella worm. Some of you might be wondering, how did the pork be infected with the Trichinella worm? So from the picture that I have provided, so the host is the initial host for the Trichinella worm is a rodent. For example, rodent. There are also different type of animals that can also be a host for the Trichinella worm. But in this picture, we used a rodent. So a pig is an animal that eats the carcass of dead animals. So for example, the rodent is infected or maybe carrying the trichinella worm inside them. So if the pig eats them, the worm will not die, and they will actually be transferred into the body of the pig, and then they will continue to reproduce inside the body of the pig, just like what I told you in the beginning of my presentation. And then so from the picture it says that the larva will stay in the skeletal muscle, and then when human eats, the parasite will travel into the small intestine where they will mature and reproduce, and in some cases the larva can also goes up to your brain. And do bear in mind that this occur when consumers eat an inadequately cooked pork or a raw pork. So to prevent this, farm managers should do their part by making sure that the swine are kept from eating carcasses, for example, carcasses of a rodent that may die at the premises and may also carry the disease, so that the buyers or consumers will not be buying an infected pork meat. And then consumers should also do their part by knowing where did they get their meat supplies from, and how are the meat being processed. So with that, this brings me to the end of my presentation. So in conclusion, there are more bad effects of consuming bacon, and some of it are the ones that we had mentioned, which it increases health risk and consumers are exposed to trichinosis. So at the end of the day, it's you who have to make your own choice and evaluate whether the food is safe for your consumption or not. So, and if you think that bacon in your life is worth the risk, stick to a simple rule where it applies to most processed food, which is moderation is key. That's all from us. Thank you.